In addition to the faculty that have worked with the students in the academic setting, the students in program are supported by numerous clinical faculty who have provided mentorship and guidance to the students as clinical instructors during clinical rotations. The students have participated in clinical rotations in hospitals, skilled nursing facilities, private practices, and other clinical settings. Without the dedicated efforts of the clinical instructors, this day would not be possible. There are many others at the college that work tirelessly to promote the success of the students in the program. The work of the financial aid advisors, program advisors, admissions and records staff, counselors, and many others is recognized as being critical to providing the best educational experiences possible to the students. The students would not have reached this day without the support of spouses, partners, children, mothers, fathers, sisters, brothers, aunts, uncles, cousins, and friends. At this time, I would ask the students and faculty to stand and face the audience and give a round of applause to all of those that have been pillars of support for the students. And the audience should also applaud themselves for their efforts in support of the students. The journey to this day of celebration likely began years ago when each of these students first was introduced to the career of physical therapy. For some, this is a new career, while others have worked for many years as physical therapy aides or technicians. The students' path through the PTA program included a competitive admissions process. The successful applicants began the program in May of 2015 by taking online classes through the summer of 2015 and by completing classes in clinical pathology, kinesiology, and a survey of physical therapy. In the fall of 2015, the students began participating in additional online classes as well as long weekend lab sessions to begin to learn physical therapy data collection skills and treatment interventions. The students and faculty met the challenge of long days of learning with energy and enthusiasm. Yes. In the spring of 2016, the students continued to participate in online lecture classes and on-campus lab classes. During this semester, the students also completed their first clinical rotation in a clinical setting. This past summer, the students participated in 2 additional clinical rotations. Many of the students took the National Physical Therapy Examination for Physical Therapist Assistants in July, and the current pass rate for this class is 100%. In this journey towards completing the Associate and Applied Science degree in Physical Therapist Assisting, there has been laughter and some tears. There have been moments of elation when understanding of content was achieved, and moments of frustration when it appeared that learning would never occur. In the clinical setting, there have been wonderful experiences when a patient took their first steps after having suffered a stroke, or when a patient experienced pain-free movement for the first time while recovering from an injury or surgery, or when a patient was able to return to work or athletic activity because of the care and treatment provided by the students. It has been a long and eventful journey, and the program faculty congratulate you on your accomplishment of completing the program. We are confident that you will enter the profession of physical therapy to provide excellent care to the patients that you will serve. We know that you will bring energy, enthusiasm, dedication, care, and compassion to your work. You will be a trusted member of the patient care team in assisting physical therapists to provide quality care in a cost-effective and efficient manner. It has been a privilege to have provided you with education and the foundational, didactic, and clinical skills necessary to be an entry-level physical therapist assistant. While we hope that none of us need physical therapy in the future, we know that if there is such a need and you were to provide that care, we would be the recipients of compassionate, thorough, and professional physical therapy services. We are hopeful that our paths will cross frequently in the future at clinical sites and professional meetings, and we wish for you a great career as a physical therapist assistant. Next, we would like Kelsey McCleary to come forward to give a student address.
Welcome everyone to the 2016 Physical Therapist Assistants Hybrid Program Graduation Ceremony. It has been an intense journey, but we have finally made it to the end. Well, almost. We still have one test to finish.
Thanks.
Are you sure we still gotta do that? Let's just say we all got of experience in work and education. Some have bachelor's degrees or other certifications. Some have been physical therapy technicians, and some have been massage therapists. Others have been trained in different occupations. We all come from various walks of life as well. Some are married, and some are working the single scene. Some of us live close by, and some of us live hours away. We all have different hobbies, likes, and dislikes. Many of us have children that we have to take care of. Many of us worked as much as possible while going to school. We all have multiple responsibilities, and we all strive to do our best in school and in life. There have been a lot of ups and downs throughout this program, though. With all of our other responsibilities, we had to stay up late doing homework and studying, sometimes into the early morning hours, so we had very little sleep. There were many stressful moments. I'm sure our families could feel our anxiety at times. I would like to thank my family for being so supportive and helpful, especially with taking care of my daughter. Thank you to all of our families for hanging in there with us. To add to the stress, there were many in our class who had to battle extra trials, but we all were determined to keep on going. Our coursework was vigorous and packed into short amounts of time. I'm amazed that we survived our all-day lab weekends. They were packed full of information we had to learn quickly and be tested on immediately. Many times our questions were answered with, "It depends." "It's not my favorite." Or, "You'll learn that in special pops." I think one of my favorites was when Laura said, "I'm gonna lie to you and give you a simple answer because if I told you the real answer, you wouldn't understand it yet." We worked hard to make sense of the complex information, hoping we would be ready for our practicals. Then we crossed our fingers that we would get a good time slot and be with the easy grader. We then had to remember all those skills and apply them at the Hug Clinic and in our rotations. We had to work with all kinds of patients and do things that we would never have thought of doing, especially when we had hospital rotations. I don't know about you guys, but I definitely did not expect to deal with so many bowel movements and toilet transfers. We had a lot of difficult and trying experiences, but we have grown from them and have become better prepared for the workforce. We had a lot of interesting moments together too. Practicing different manual techniques on each other was always interesting. I'm not sure everyone enjoyed all of the electro lab though. Nothing's better than anticipating that electric shock that would make your muscle jump and be sore for a couple minutes. Practicing catching people when they fall was a little scary too. Or falling ourselves with those crutches. Our Theraball 80s workout was one of my favorites. I'm sure we all looked pretty funny doing that, as well as practicing different gait deviations in a circle in the hallway, and the proper use of various assistive devices up and down the sidewalk outside. I bet we all have good memories of working on all the different transfers and using wheelchairs as well. Just remember when that picture in the slideshow of Heather comes up, we just had to practice the actual transition from the wheelchair to the car. No one said we had to act like they were a real patient all the way from the second floor down to the car. So, leaving her in the wheelchair in the handicap spot, it was perfectly acceptable while I went to go get my car. Even with all of the silly moments and laughs, we definitely felt the tension at times. We may have had some rough moments together, but what else could you expect when you stick a group of very different adults in one room for 10 hours straight, 3 days in a row, weekend after weekend? We were lucky no one got hurt. With all the difficulties and stress, some people may ask why we stuck with it. It's because ultimately, we are all here for the same reason. We all want to make a difference in the lives of others. We want to help people function better and feel better. Some of us will work in hospitals, some will work in outpatient settings, some will work with elderly, and some will work with children. No matter where we go or who we end up treating, we will all be focused on helping our patients live better and more fulfilled lives. I know that we can all make a difference. If we can get through this program, we can do anything. We have passed all of our classes. We have made it through all of our clinical rotations, some of which were more difficult than others. Congratulations to all of you for sticking with it and finishing. Congratulations to those who have already passed the National Boards exam and Arizona Law exam. And good luck to those who will be taking them soon. Congratulations on graduating. Congratulations on becoming certified physical therapist assistants.
Next, I'd like to ask Jill Stewart to come forward, and she's going to give a memory of the class.
So I was asked to do a slideshow presentation of pictures that we have taken through the year and a half. So.
Now I'd like to ask Destiny Davis to come forward and lead her class in an oath for physical therapist assistants. I think we should have the class stand for this. We're going to have the class recite this together, so if you speak out loud, speak out strong, and Destiny, if you lead the class through the oath.
All right, guys. So on the count of three, we'll go ahead and start. 1, 2, 3. I pledge to hold faithful to my responsibility as a physical therapist assistant, to use the highest science and skills of my profession at all times, to exercise judgment to the highest degree of which I am capable when providing treatment interventions, to refrain from treatment when it will not benefit the patient, to always place the welfare of my patients above my own self-interest. I pledge to uphold and preserve the rights and esteem of every person placed in my care, to hold all confidences in trust, to exercise all aspects of my calling with dignity and honor. I commit myself to the highest ideal of service, learning, and the pursuit of knowledge. These things I do swear.
I'd now like to ask Dr. Jessica Goodman to come forward to do a presentation at the end.
So on behalf of the faculty and administration here at Gateway Community College, I'd like to present the candidates for the graduating class of Physical Therapist Assisting hybrid program. Would you all please stand, and I'm going to present our certificates.
If I could have the graduates kind of line up along this way and do it in alphabetical order, that'd be great. As the graduates are lining up, there are a couple of graduates that could not attend with us tonight, but I'd like to recognize them. Nicholas Ramirez, Lynette Rockow, and Vicki Service were unable to be with us, but we'd just like to include them as part of this class. So I'll go ahead now and announce names, and we'll present the graduates. So first is Jessica Nicole Allen. And please cheer up. The students are receiving a certificate as well as a pin that they can have related to their career physical therapist. Casey L. Baker. Alicia Faye Bell. Destiny Davis. Tracy Lynn. Kelsey Donette McCleary. Ann Morowski. Tracy Ann Nelson. Alyssa Greer Rothplatz. Francis Raquel Sermano. Heather Shirley. Bill K. Stewart. Bradley J. Tedder. Richard Frank Vega. Again, on behalf of the faculty and staff and administration here at Gateway Community College, we thank you for attending this evening's celebration of the completion of the program for these students. We very much appreciate your support of the students during the time that they were in the program. To the students, we hope to see you at professional events, clinical sites, in the neighborhood, wherever. We very much enjoyed being individuals that were able to help you through this learning process. We know that you're going to be great physical therapist assistants, and we welcome you into the profession of physical therapy. We'll have cake and some water outside. Please feel free to hang around for a while, meet with faculty, take pictures, discuss with other students and their families. We'd like to meet you all outside or back in here as we leave. So we'll let the graduates walk out.
Wow.